Welcome to episode 5 of English User TV. My name is Carl Pauline and I am the host of this wonderful series of English language television. Okay, episode 5 is entitled At the Hotel, and we shall be teaching you language that you would associate every time you check into a hotel. So sit back, listen, don't forget, join in with our dialogues because that is the best way to learn. Watch our tips, listen to our podcasts, and learn English direct from your home. Thank you once again for joining us, and for all our regular listeners or viewers, our single one viewer who every week listens or watches our show. Thank you, because without you, there would be no point in doing this show. Okay, so once again, thank you for joining this show. I hope you enjoy it. Don't forget, if you have any tips or any things that you would like me to cover during this video podcast, all you have to do is email us at eutv@fancorp.com. Don't worry, that email address will be available at the end of this show, and of course I will put it in the show links. Okay, without any further delay, let's get the show started. Okay, so what's coming up in today's show? In today's show, we have At the Hotel Dialogues. We have 2 of those. Expression of the Week, as we always do. Website of the Week. Podcast of the Week. And of course, this week's to-do list. So let's get started straight away with the first the first hotel dialogue. Okay, so as I've mentioned, this week we're dealing with what to say and do at the hotel. So let's get started with this first dialogue of this week. And the first dialogue of this week is, good morning, sir. Very simple. Good morning, sir. Okay, before we move any further, let me just give you the situation that you will find yourself in when this happens. This is when you first arrive at the hotel and you want to check in. So the receptionist at the hotel is going to say, good morning, sir, or good afternoon, sir, or even good evening, sir. To which you would reply, good morning. I have a reservation in the name of Mr. Smith. Now, of course, if your name is not Mr. Smith, then you should give them your real name, or whichever name that you have a reservation. Remember, sometimes people make reservations in the name of your company if you're on a business trip. So please, always remember that you need to give the name of the person or company that the reservation was made in. So once you've replied, I have a reservation in the name of Mr. Smith, receptionist will say, just a moment, Mr. Smith, and then they would check for your reservation card. Here we are. You have a single non-smoking room booked for 2 nights. So let's just go back to the beginning here. Good morning, sir. Good morning. I have a reservation in the name of Mr. Smith. Just a moment, Mr. Smith. Here we are. You have a single non-smoking room booked for 2 nights. To which you reply, yes, that's right. Of course, if that's wrong, then you would tell them, no, I have a double non-smoking room booked for 2 nights, or I have a single smoking room booked for 2 nights. Now, keep in mind, smoking or non-smoking, most hotels still have this policy. If you're a smoker, then of course have a smoking room. If you're a non-smoker, then have a non-smoking room. The receptionist would then ask you for your credit card, in which case they may ask you, may I take an imprint of your credit card? May I take an imprint of your credit card? And, of course, you will give them a copy of your credit card. Now, in most hotels, you don't need to worry about your credit card. All the hotel is doing is just taking an imprint of your credit card so that you cannot run away, basically. So, let's just go through that dialogue all in one go. Good morning, sir. Good morning. I have a reservation in the name of Mr. Smith. Just a moment, Mr. Smith. Here we are. You have a single non-smoking room booked for 2 nights. Yes, that's right. May I take an imprint of your credit card? Yes, here you are. Now, in some countries, they'd like to see your passport. For example, in France and in China, they like to see your passport. Other countries would want you to sign a reservation card. Many things can happen here, but those kind of things will always be quite obvious. Okay, let's just move on. Okay, let's move on with the vocabulary. As I say, the few variations could actually happen when you're checking in. But okay, let's have a look at some locations in the hotel. First of all, the lobby. Lobby is the area where you would check in, basically the front of the hotel. Next one, elevator or lift. Now, in America, they will tell you the elevator. In British English countries, they're going to say the lift. Both mean the same thing. It's that machine that takes you from the one floor to another floor going up or down. So, elevator or lift. Another difference between American and British English here, bellboy or porter. A bellboy or porter. Either one, bellboy would be in American-speaking countries or American English-speaking countries, and porter would be in English-speaking countries. So, bellboy or porter. And finally, the other confusing thing is twin room or double room. Okay, twin room in Europe would be a room with 2 beds. And in America, that same room would be called a double room. However, in Europe, a double room is a room with 1 very big bed for husband and wife or so on. So keep that one in mind. If you're booking a hotel room in America, ask for a double room, you will get 2 beds. If you're booking a room in Europe and you ask for a double room, you'll usually get a room with a big bed. So just keep that one in mind. Twin room in Europe means 2 beds. Double room in Europe means 1 big bed. Twin room in America, they would probably say, do you mean a double room, sir? And a double room is a room in America with 2 beds. Okay. Okay, that was dialogue 1, and that is teaching you essentially how to check in to the hotel. The next dialogue coming up after this short break will be what to do. In fact, actually, I don't know. But anyway, the next dialogue is coming up after the short break. You have to wait and see to see what the dialogue is about. However, coming up now, we have the website of the week. Okay, well, welcome back to this second part of English User TV, part 5 at the hotel. This week's website of the week is www.usingenglish.com. That's www.usingenglish.com. This website has all sorts of dialogues and reading exercises, and actually it's also got a lot of games and tips. So there you go. This is the week's website of the week. This is the 5th website of the week. It's www.usingenglish.com. Don't forget to check that website out this week and see if you can find anything that you enjoy.